sacrifice his career so that we could support my dreams. So he stays home full time. He does all the cooking, cleaning, laundry. He makes my lunch. He does absolutely everything for me so that I have the full capacity to focus on being of service and contribution in building these businesses.
Okay, I need to ask this question too, and I know there's many relationships like yours out there, but how does he process that? And I think you're smiling, you know what I'm getting at. And what I mean is some men would look at that as like they're not perhaps reaching their full potential. How does he process staying home, looking after your son, supporting you? Is he fulfilled?
He is fulfilled, and he has faced many challenges in giving up his identity in terms of like being a breadwinner in our family and going to work and feeling like he's contributing. So he's questioned himself a lot of times, like, am I doing enough?
Right.
And there's been a lot of judgment that he has faced from previous people that he's worked with around the decision we made for him to stay home. And that's been hard for him emotionally, is feeling a sense of rejection around him.
And that's why I asked the question, is I wanted to come without judgment, but it also needs to be discussed because it's still not commonplace yet. And it would sure be nice to erase that stigma attached to it.
Absolutely.
And so talking about it, thank you for sharing that. Something else I need to ask you about, we use these terms holding space. Holding space is one that comes up all the time. Can you define that? Because a lot of people often say to me, like I'll say, I'm holding space for you today. What does that mean?
It's such a hard thing to define, but sort of a sense of creating a container that you feel safe talking about painful things. You feel safe expressing your emotions. You feel heard and you feel seen without anybody interrupting you, without anybody judging you or criticizing you or quickly intellectualizing your experience. So I see it as, when I'm holding space or being with my clients, it's literally just being that secure presence for them and mirroring for them what they're going through, so that they can communicate and express in a way that they probably can't do outside of our office.
What is next for you? Is there a next? Because I can't imagine what else you're going to squeeze into your busy life, but I'm sure there's something, because you keep creating and you have so much to offer the world.
Thank you. I have a long bucket list of things.
Do you?
Yes. So the next big thing is to do my first TEDx talk.
Yes. If you need any coaching, I'm your girl. I'm right here.
Thank you. So really getting more into speaking, which I do a lot of, but
And
more
you should
speaking. Yeah, TEDx, a book eventually.
Good. I was going to ask that. That needs to be, your story needs to go way beyond this. It's so powerful. I'm so excited to hear that.
Yeah, thank you.
So now, when you look back and you're just sit in what your life is today, how has that little girl from years ago changed, and how has she transformed her life? How is Ashley Mielke different today from that isolated little girl that grew up in a scary world?
Yes, such a beautiful question. I went from hiding, sort of staying hidden and being afraid and living my life with so much fear, to leading with vulnerability and leading with openness and humanness and not being afraid to tell my story, because I wished then that I had someone who could have been there for me to do those very same things. And so now I feel like it's the greatest privilege to be able to offer that to others.
It's a great privilege to be the recipient of your story. Before we wrap, your message to people listening today about what you've learned and what they need to do in their life, because you talk a lot about the power of story.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, there's so many things I could say. I think I just want people to know that they're not alone, that it's that human condition, the experience of pain and suffering, not feeling good enough, feeling afraid, that's what connects us. That's what bonds us. That there's actually more in common between us than there is different. And that by being willing to go first, to be vulnerable, to tell your story, you give permission to others to do the same. And so if they can walk away taking that one action in a relationship in their life, I think they'll be surprised at the reaction.
This conversation has enriched my life in so many ways. And I began by saying I wasn't sure why you kept popping up, and now I really know why. You are really a beautiful soul inside and out, and you step into a room with so much love and compassion. I can see why you have achieved such greatness in your life, but I know there's so much more that awaits you, because the world needs more of Ashley Mielke. What a gift to have you step into my inner circle today, and what a gift to have all of those people who are listening today be the recipient of your story. Thank you for your vulnerability, but most importantly, thank you for your courage in telling your story. You're beautiful inside and out. I'm grateful.
Thank you so much, Carrie. This has been an incredible privilege. Thank you.
For people who want to know how to find you, tell us how.
So they can find me online. The Grief and Trauma Healing Center is healmyheart.ca. My consulting business is ashleymielke.com, and they can follow me on social at the Ashley Mielke.
And to close with your words, you're never alone. If you're listening to this and you're suffering and you feel alone, look up Ashley. She can make a massive difference in your life. Gratitude to you for your conversation today.
Thank you.